Last lecture number 12, paper number EL 5503, unit 2. In this last lecture, we are discussing about the digital phase meter as well as digital tachometer, the block diagram of digital phase meter as well as digital tachometer. Thank you. Now paper number EL 5503, unit 2, digital instruments. This is lecture number 12, and I think this is the last two topic left in this. We are discussing here regarding digital tachometer, and the second one is digital phase meter. These are the two last measurement, or we can say last topic of this chapter. So first of all, we discuss about the digital tachometer. So this is the basic diagram for the digital tachometer. The technique employed in measuring the speed of a rotating shaft. Speed of a rotating shaft. Speed of a measuring the speed of a rotating shaft is similar to the technique used in conventional frequency counter, except that the selection of the gate period is in accordance with the RPM calibration. RPM calibration. Let us assume that the RPM of a rotating shaft is R. R is the RPM of rotating shaft. We just assume that R is the RPM of a rotating shaft is equal to R. And P, what is P? P is the number of pulse produced by the pickup for one revolution of the shaft. Number of pulse produced by the pickup for one revolution of the shaft. One revolution of the shaft. Therefore what happened? Therefore, in 1 minute, the number of pulse from the pickup is R into P. For 1 minute, the number of pulse from the pickup is equal to R into P. Then the frequency of the signal from the pickup is, the frequency of the signal from the pickup is R into P upon 60. Now, if the gate period is G, if the gate period is equal to G second, then the pulse counted are, then pulse counted is equal to R into P into G upon 60. In order to get the direct reading in RPM. Now if we want to get the direct reading in terms of RPM, the number of pulse to be counted by the counter is R. Number of pulse to be counted by the counter is R. So we select the gate period as we select the gate period G is equal to 60 upon P, and the counter counts, and the counter counts is equal to R into P into 60 upon 60 into P, and this is equal to R pulses. See, put this value here, put this value, we get this, and we can read the RPM of the rotating shaft directly. So the relation between the gate period and the number of pulses produced by the pickup is G is equal to (60) upon P, and if we fix the gate period as 1 second, that means if we fix this is equal to 1 second and this is equal to Z, then the revolution pickup must be capable of producing 60 pulses per revolution. Then the revolution pickup must be capable of producing 60 pulses per revolution, right? In this way, this is our calculation, very simple calculation. Circuit, gate cut generator, generate the signal, revolution pickup connected to the main gate, both are one, then counter, this display the digital unit, this is our nothing but decoder, or we can say counter. This is the signal, reset signal, this is our stop signal, and this is our basic circuit. So in this way we discuss about the digital tachometer for the measuring of, with the help of this we can measure the speed of rotating shaft, or we can say this frequency is equal to R into P upon 60, gate period G, and G is equal to 60 upon P, so R into P into G upon 60, we are putting the value of G 60 upon P, so 60, this is our 60 upon P, 60 upon P, instead of G we are using 60 upon P, R into P upon 60, R into P upon 60, and this is equal to R pulse. This complete your digital tachometer. The last topic is the digital phase meter. So this is our digital phase meter. This is our digital phase meter. What happened here? The simplest technique to measure the phase difference between two signals employ two flip-flops. So this is the circuit diagram is for the measurement of phase difference. Measurement of phase difference, right? So this is our first signal PO. This is our second signal PX. First preamplifier and attenuator, second preamplifier and attenuator, zero crossing detector, two flip-flop, flip-flop 1, flip-flop 2, and this is our main gate, and output there is a display unit. Simple circuit, very simple circuit. The simplest technique to measure the phase difference between two signal employs two flip-flops, flip-flop 1 and flip-flop 2. The signal to be fed must be of the same frequency. So both PO and PX, two signals, the frequency must be equal. First, the signal must be shaped to a square waveform without any change in their phase position by the use of a zero crossing detector. The process of measuring the phase difference can be illustrated by the diagram, this diagram. The block diagram consists of two pair of preamplifiers. This is our two pair of preamplifiers. zero crossing detector. This is our zero crossing detectors and JK flip-flop. Two pair of preamplifier, zero crossing detector and flip-flops. Two signals having phase P0, first signal having phase P0 and second signal having phase PX. Phase is P0, phase is PX respectively, are applied to the input to the preamplifier and attenuator circuit. The frequency of two inputs is the same but their phase are different. Both are same but the phase are different. As the P0, that means this one, input signal increase in the positive half cycle, the zero crossing detector change its state. When it is positive, the zero crossing detector change its states when the input cross zero, giving a high level at the output. This caused the JK flip-flop 1 when it crossed the zero limit more than zero, then it is unable, that means it is switched on, then that means there is a output which is connected to the JK flip-flop. That means JK flip-flop output Q, it is set 1. That is the output Q of the flip-flop 1 goes high. This high output from the flip-flop 1 enable the AND gate. This high output enable the AND gate because the output it is given to the one terminal of AND gate. And the pulse from the clock are fed directly to the counter. So the pulse which is coming here, it is directly given to the counter. The counter starts counting this pulse. Also this high output level of the flip-flop 1 is applied to the clear input. Also this high, it is given to the main gate as well as it is given to the clear input of the flip-flop 2, which makes the output of the flip-flop 2 goes 0, which makes the flip-flop 2 output goes 0. Now as the input PX, which has a phase difference with respect to P0, now PX, second input, which has a phase difference, here the phase is P0, here the phase is PX. Cross the zero, more than 0, positive half cycle, then the zero detector is activate. This zero detective is activate because it is more than 0, causing its output to go high. That means the flip-flop 2 output goes high. This high input in turn toggle the JK flip-flop 2, making its output go high. This output of flip-flop 2 is connected to the clear, input of the flip-flop 1. This forces the flip-flop 1 to reset. This is your high. When this high it is connected to flip-flop 1, that means it reset. Hence the output of flip-flop 1 goes to 0. When it is reset, then this goes to 0. The AND gate is hence disabled. AND gate is hence disabled and the counter stops counting. The number of pulses counted by enabling and disabling the AND gate is indirectly proportional to the phase difference. That means when it is switched on, the main gate is on, the counter counts the number of display. When this PX is coming, hence due to this, when it is more than 0, this is in switched on, which make the flip-flop 2 on. That means Q is 1. Q is 1 that puts the clear input of the flip-flop 1 0. That means this reset the 0, reset the flip-flop 1. That means Q is 0. Q is 0. That means main gate 1 terminal is 0. That means output is stop. That means display unit, that means counter unit, stop the counting. The number of pulses counted by enabling and disabling the AND gate. Number of pulses counted while enabling and disabling of the main gate, that means AND gate, is directly proportional to the phase difference. Hence, the display unit gives a direct reading of the phase difference between the two inputs having the same frequency. between the two inputs PO and PX. That means phase difference there is a phase difference, but the frequency is same. If the input signal frequency is F, then the clock frequency must be 360 times the input frequency for accurate measurement. So note that if the input signal frequency is F, we consider that if it is F, then the clock frequency must be 360 times are the input frequency for accurate measurements. That's all. Thank you.